typical. It's... How's that? Thank fuck for that. I've had a nightmare. Absolute fucking nightmare. Good evening, and I hope everybody's very, very well. See, when it comes to me doing live streams, I have all the best intentions in the world. I plan myself, get everything sorted, and then fate wafts a massive fart in my direction and makes an absolute mess of it. But dear me, you'll not believe the absolute nightmare I've had over the last 20 minutes to half an hour ago. Oh, Jesus Christ. But anyway, less of my rantings. Less of my rantings, and let's have a little let's have a hello to everybody. Oh, but hello there, Duke Vengeance. Yeah, you're not wrong. I need a good laugh and all after the last 20 odd minutes I've had to deal with. Hello, Ruth Guthrie. Don't worry about Ruth. No problems. Good evening, Billy, Stephen Bank here, and Alistair. I hope you're very, very well. And good evening, Scott. Good to see you. Hope you're very, very well. And anybody, Mad Monk, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you're very well, my good friend. And anybody, other people. God's last sis. Hope you're very, very well. I hope you had a good day. And yes, yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm just going down the chats and everyone saying, your volume. Oh, you will not believe the absolute nightmare I've had. Oh. It's like, good evening, Flummox. Hope you're well. yeah, I know, but yeah, see, Simon says, Eddie Wolf, Clog Dancing Raver, and Reagan Elite, I hope you're very, very well. And Stephen Binning, and Witchy Goth, I love that name. That's a cracking name, Witchy Goth. Rather apt for this time of the year. Yes, and wake up and smell the roseberries. Hope you're very, very well. yeah, absolutely. Just blame Trump for the sound. But I'd got everything set up. I'd just had my dinner, and I thought, right, I'll make sure that everything's all up to date, and then right, start my Twitter on my laptop, and then my Twitter went suddenly mental. So I'm trying everything I possibly can to sort everything out, make sure that it's all running smoothly. And let's just say it just kept flashing on, came up then, flashing, constantly flashing, off and on. And I think, oh my, what the hell am I going to do? And for 20 minutes it won't work, so I uninstalled it, installed it, no joy. And then, yeah, totally agree, Scott, Twitter is mental. So anyway, flash of genius, thought, right, I'll go do it online and see if I can get that. So, but I've managed to get it all sorted. And then as I thought, right, it just came, just got it all sorted, and then I thought, right, sod it, just go on to what they call it, live, and then say hello and all, and then I've noticed my blooming volume is all gone to pot as well. And that just sums up my last half hour. But never mind. Oh, Jesus. But don't worry about it. We're here now, aren't we? So welcome to Friday Frolic, and let's just say I think over the last week or so, I think we'd need a bit of a good giggle. So all I'm going to say is let's start off with what happened last week. Yes, what happened last week? We had a certain there was a certain competition to be who's the new leader of the opposition. Let's just say the shock of it was so much of a shock that absolutely nobody in the UK was surprised to see this lunatic take over as leader of the opposition. and it was so important with this leadership challenge that even I didn't know that it had been called out until I think it might have been the day after. And let's just say her speech was not exactly Reagan-elite. Shocking that nobody noticed. But look at that big, massive, shit-eating grin. If them jowls get any wider, she will struggle to have got out of that expensive hotel door. Yes, but like, it was just absolutely hilarious. But here's a bit of a victory speech. I would say last Tuesday night I went to bed and woke up and everything was okay, but no, I didn't sleep until Wednesday morning and the nightmare continues. Oh dear. Oh dear. But yes, yeah, I suppose I should say it myself, you know, hit the like and hit the like button and all that. You know, I'm a terrible shill. But you know, thank heavens for my moderators. And anyway, give a and if you don't give a thumbs up for me, give a massive thumbs up for my fantastic moderators, Mad Monk, Jow, and Alistair Cairn. You know, my best moderators are a complete idiot of a live streamer could ever want. Yeah, I understand Steve Binning, has been a bit depressing. But like, we had this grinning lunatic. We'll just have a little listen to the utter nonsense she spouts at a victory speech.
Thank you, everyone. I want to start by thanking Richard Fuller for his work as our party chairman since July.
I know it's not the loudest, but we'll just watch a little bit.
And also Bob Blackman as returning officer for this contest.
There's a certain bit I wanted to get to.
All a great service, thank you. But I also want to pay tribute to everyone in the Conservative Party who has been involved in this very long campaign. It has been an experience none of us candidates will ever forget. Thank you for hosting us in your communities, in your village halls, in your pubs, and in your homes. It is the most enormous honor to be elected to this role, to lead the party that I love, the party that has given me so much. I hope that I will be able to repay that debt. There are so many people to thank. Firstly, my family, especially my husband, Hamish.
Poor fella. Just out of interest, if them two have a massive falling out, do they do it over a dispatch box, where he'll get six replies and then she'll grandstand and then give him a rather patronising telling off for being wrong and she's right. There's a bit I want to get to. It's hilarious.
Hamish, I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you for being with me every step of the way. I also want to thank Rishi. No one could have worked harder in such difficult times. Rishi, thank you for everything you did.
Yes, thank you for allowing me to undermine you at every moment's notice and not having the spine to stand up to me because you are a complete 9-stone drip wet wipe. Yeah, that's what she's basically saying, isn't she?
We all wish you and your wonderful family the very best for the future.
In other words, now fuck off. Sorry.
I'd also like to pay a special tribute to Robert Jenrick, who has fought a great campaign. Rob, we have all been impressed by your energy and your determination. You and I know that we don't actually disagree on very much. And I have no doubt that you have a key role to play in our party for many years to come. Thank you.
But yeah, there's a bit, she says something, and I just think, I wonder if you've got the brass neck to say that with a straight face.
I'd also like to thank all the other candidates, Pretty, Mel, Tom, and James, for your kind words and your many insights. We have come through this campaign more united, and the party needs you now more than ever.
In other words, please don't plot against me while I'm the leader of the opposition. Please don't do everything that I've done when I wasn't leader. You know, plotting and scheming to be the leader. Please don't do anything that I would do.
The task that stands before us is tough, but simple. Our first responsibility as His Majesty's loyal opposition is to hold this Labour government to account. Our second is no less important. It is to prepare over the course of the next few years for government, to ensure that by the time of the next election, we have not just a clear set of Conservative pledges that appeal to the British people, but a clear plan for how to implement them. A clear plan to change this country by changing the way that government works. The Prime Minister is discovering all too late the perils of not having such a plan. That huge job begins today.
Get on with it, Kemi. I want to hear this bit. This is hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, fact. Well, they may prepare for government, but she will not be the leader at that time, will she?
It will seek to involve all of our colleagues in Parliament, in the Scottish Parliament, the Senate, our friends in Northern Ireland, as well as councillors and party members. But this is not just about the Conservative Party. It is about the people we want to bring back to the Conservative Party. It is about the people we need to bring into the Conservative Party. It is about what the Conservative Party needs to be over the next 5, 10, and 20 years.
Oh, they'll be bringing in reform then, won't they?
Our party is critical to the success of our country. But to be heard, we have to be honest. Honest about the fact that we made mistakes. Honest about the fact that we let standards slip. The time has come to tell the truth.
Yeah, whatever. Sorry for letting you listen to this shit, but there's something that she said that just I spat my drink out when I first heard it. Exactly, clogs, Dancing River. What friends? You don't have any.
To tell the truth, to stand up for our principles, to plan for our future, to reset our politics and our thinking, and to give our party and our country the new start that they deserve. It is time to get down to business. It is time to renew. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, she didn't fucking say it. I'm sure she said it here. I'm shit at this. Did she say in there that she will bring integrity to this party? But yes. Yeah, honesty, Julie. Good evening, Julie Brown. Hope you're well. All I'm going to say is you missed the absolute nightmare I had earlier on, but never mind. Hope you're well. But yes. Yes. Yeah, I was just thinking that clogs dancer woman. If that were arsenic, would it affect her? It'd probably give her a boost, you know. Strychnine. So if somebody take a sip of strychnine, she wouldn't have noticed. It wouldn't have affected her, would she? Because yeah, exactly. Reagan are like clear plan. They don't have a clear plan, do they? Really, they just don't. They just clearly don't have a clear plan. But no, thankfully, she didn't go having a go. I've heard that uttered by the chemical type. Yeah, exactly. If she did say that, I wonder, does she know what integrity means exactly? Well, you're going to find out, because we're going to have a little look at her wonderful, some of her greatest hits. Yeah, you're right, Stephen Banker. One of my typical daily blunders, you know me and live streaming. Just never goes well. But anyway, let's go through some of her absolute fantastic, wonderful things that she said. Yeah, totally agree. Duke Vengeance. Her smile really pisses me off. It's quite the what you would class as I would class as quite patronising, as if to say I'm better than you. but this is hilarious. All I can say is spare a thought for the wife of Honest Bob's wife, because let's be honest, give me a quick sec. I'm just gonna sort something out. This is yes. Won't be a sec. There. That's better. This is the wonder of having to start everything all right, because let's just say, as I said, Julie Brown, I've had a fucking nightmare. But anyway, less of my nightmares. But let's just spare a thought for Honest Bob's wife, because let's be honest, over the last how many weeks of this Tory leadership campaign for the new leadership, I think she spoke for the whole country. Yes, exactly. Yes, she spoke for the whole nation. Yes, I've got to clap again. Really, I've got to clap again. Absolutely nuts. But as I said, just give me a quick minute. These are the last minute sortings out, because of my laptop decided to make a pig's ear of everything. But yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Alistair, Haggis UK, brilliant. The gap in her teeth looks so much better when the sycamore was growing. Well, nice one for... Yes. As I say, Honest Bob's wife. I think she spoke for the nation. But yes. spoke for the whole nation. Yeah, absolutely. 'Cause let's be honest. Good evening, Donkey Dave. I hope you're well. Legend that is, Donkey Dave. If you're not subscribed to this Legends channel, what you doing with your life? Absolutely, it's brilliant. Is he special on Thursday night when they do their live stream? You should have seen them yesterday, both eating like kings, with their black pudding and the pork pies and whatnot, and getting absolutely trousered on the whiskey. Good on you, lads. Putting the world to rights. But like, yes. As I say, she spoke for the night. What an absolute waste of time and energy. But we'll get to our honest Bob a bit later on. But like, fool of the gods. Yes. Oh, it was food of the gods. Yes, absolutely, my friend. But yes, if you're not subscribed to Donkey Dave's channel, please subscribe. You're missing a treat, especially in his videos in the morning. If you want a good way waking up and wake up the right way, and puts the world to right, nobody better than our Donkey Dave. Glad to see you. Well, glad to see you joining us on my Friday frolic. I'll tell you the nightmare I had, but I'm not going through all that again. Cheers for that, Alistair Kerr. Cheers for that. Yes, please subscribe to the legend that is Donkey Dave. But she absolutely spoke for the nation. But also, let's have a little. Let's just say we shall have a little look of some of the absolute. George, when she talks about honesty, integrity, let's have a little listen to a little bit of our Kemi Badenoch's honesty and integrity.
What's the naughtiest thing you've ever done?
The naughtiest thing. About 10 years ago, I hacked into, oh my God, it's about, hacked into a Labour MP's website. And I changed all the stuff in there to say nice things about Tories. That's
nice.
Funny, yeah, but I won't name who.
Would you ever want to be Prime Minister?
No.
Yeah. In other words, I think she will probably say yes. Yes, so that's her bit of honesty and integrity, isn't it? She will hack into another she will hack into a Labour MP's laptop and then basically do all that. Now there's Tory honesty and integrity for you. If you just hang on a quick second. Sorry about that, but yes, that's what she does. Yeah, being a Tory MP. Totally right, Duke Vengeance, yeah, criminal. Naughtiest thing she did was going to public life. Yeah, you spot on, Scott, yes. Kicked a cat. Yeah, exactly, regularly. I wonder whatever happened to that woman. Yeah, Badenoch, yeah. Human detritus. I'll just get my teeth in, yes. She did a crime. Yeah, jail, yeah. Jailer, yes. Yes. But that's the difference in it, you know. If anybody else would have done that, they'd have been carried off to jail while this lot, they get carted off to, what they call it, to the House of Commons, and then become possibly leader of the opposition. Or if not, they go to Clacton. But never mind. But yeah, that's she's going to have to announce some policy soon. Merry Christmas. Yeah, they'll be interesting, won't they? Yeah, good luck trying to keep your rather broken party. How many ways of that party broke? Try keeping them lot together. Yes, you try and get the you would be in prison for sure. Yes, absolutely. Carted off, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see her trying to keep the One Nation Tories and the swivel-eyed loons, on the same page. That'll be interesting. That very rare young Tory vibe. Yeah, absolutely. Then let's just say, these are some of the new leader of these are her views. This is what she believes in. And let's just say, very interesting.
I don't think that a culture that thinks gay people should be stoned is as valid as ours. We do not want to see teachers teaching their white pupils about white privilege and inherited racial guilt. People should not be made to feel guilty for questioning levels of immigration, legal or illegal, if it is changing the place they know and love. If people don't want their taxes to pay for foreign criminals to be in our jails or on our streets, those criminals should be removed. Our country is not a dormitory for people just here to make money or a hotel for those passing through. It is our home and no one else will look after it. Bad from me bad.
Yes. So, yes, in other words, now I've come back from Nigeria. Yes, you can raise a drawbridge because I'm all right, Jack. Yes, that's our Kemi Badenoch. Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking, she has this sense to keep that to herself. Absolutely, Julie Brown. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. As the sound of a lonely wailing wind emanates from between her ears, I'm told. Yes. Yes. And I'm not. Would the tumbleweed be in there as well, Scott? Oh, wouldn't there be enough room for that? Yeah, exactly. For Roth. Yeah, using the US playbook. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Don't get stoned. Yeah, this is what she believes in. Then it needs to be deported to Rwanda. Yes. I think she should spend a bit of time there. See how she likes it. Yes. Was it Dawn Butler said? What was it Dawn said? Butler said about her again, and was it really wrong after hearing this crap? Yeah, exactly. And you could tell that one of the Tories, they jumped up to asking why hasn't she had the whip removed? And you just think, so they are. I have to say, when it comes to these people, they are some of the biggest snowflakes I've ever seen. They are some of the biggest snowflakes. But yeah, that's what she believes in. That's what she believes in, and that's the leader of the opposition. I cannot call it human as it is in human. Yes, is it me or do I get the Charlie Brown teacher vibe every time she speaks? Yeah, is it Charlie Brown? If I remember rightly, his way watching where the adults speaking. Like kids start speaking normal. Yeah, exactly. Billy Kershaw. Yeah, I thought that was it. And you can just see it top half at screen pointing down at kid. Finger pointed. Yeah. The kid, yeah. But yeah, I totally understand what you mean. It's like, the trouble is, if you want to listen to carefully to what she has to say, it's very, very difficult because you can sort of like phase out and just think, God, Do I have to listen to this? But never mind. But yes, we mustn't forget our honest Bob. Our honest Bob. Now, I don't know whether this was after he'd been beaten by our Kemi Badenoch, but I just thought I'd show this wonderful bit of an interview where he got grilled by our hero, that is Steve Bray. Take it away, Steve.
Mr. Jenrick.
Mr. Jenrick, what's it like to be a real loser?
You should know.
Your mate made a lot of money, didn't he, Mr. Jenrick? Your mate with the properties, remember that one? Or was it a land deal? I can't remember. A lot of money though, wasn't it, Mr. Jenrick? We really do hope either you or well, it's bound to be you or Kemi, isn't it? But that's the end of the Tory party forever, Mr. Jenrick. Because you're a bunch of losers. You broke this country.
Nice to see you.
You broke this country, Mr. Jenrick, and this country will break you.
Well said, Stephen Bray. National treasure. National treasure. I still remember that day when that quick reflexes, you know, when our Titchy Shark stuff, you know, came out to the lectern, you know, says we're going to have a general election. Quick as a flash. Things can only get better. Can only get better. Brilliant. Absolutely, honestly, yeah. Excellent, Steve Bray. You know, yeah. But like he's yes, Blob Generic and Shitty Badenoch. Well said, Duke Vengeance. Quite clearly, Duke Vengeance, a man who knows. And when you know, you know. Yeah, Jolly Jenrick is not jolly anymore. Yeah, why does he have? No one wants to get anywhere near him. Yeah, absolutely. But this is that's the choice they had. You know, you got to feel sorry for well, should you feel sorry for the poor members who had that choice? Them two, Kemi Badenoch or honest Bob. Not much of a choice, is it? But anyway, when it came to the last semblance, you know, of his campaign, you know, trying to be the leader of the opposition, you could tell desperation had got desperate for him, didn't it? Because like he then because you remember when he was there, he did that ridiculous video about, you know, them people who were them 3 children who were murdered in Southport. Well, he's being called out by it, and well, I read a very interesting piece by the Secret Barrister, and he basically goes through the reason why he was talking the most unadulterated twaddle, and it's a very interesting read. I'll go through it. And that's if it shows. Don't know if it will show. If you give me a quick minute, because I think it's not quite there. Right. Give me. What I'll do is I'll just. I'll just make it bigger like that, and we'll sort it out later. We'll just go along as we possibly can. He said, it's like he's saying why the you know, when he were talking about when the country deserves a right to know. Well, as I don't know if you've read The Secret Barrister's book, but they're all very, very good. They're all very, very good. And he goes through it, the reason why he's talking utter shite. And he said, why might there be a delay in the details of a police investigation being made public? Well, many reasons. Many reasons. One, what I'll do is it's not quite. We'll get there. There. What I'll do is I'll sort it back out once I've finished this. But that's what happens when everything goes to pot, when you've got planned everything and it all goes to utter shite. But never mind. You said, why might there be a delay in the details of a police investigation being made public? Well, many reasons, none of which these relate to a conspiracy or a cover-up. Let's take a quick look where he goes. First, there are the practicalities of modern investigations. Practically in serious and complex cases where the police are reviewing multiple digital devices such as mobile phones and computers. Sometimes a device is encrypted or a suspect won't give their PIN. I wonder which person were doing that the other week. Some little small gnome. I wonder who that. Yeah, which makes it more time consuming for the police to access the device. If, when they do, a mobile phone download can contain tens, if not hundreds of thousands of pages to review, this takes time. Digital investigations often take months. This evidence is rarely available in the first days after an arrest. Often, a defendant is arrested, charged, brought before the court, and then charged with new offences months later when his phone is reviewed. Investigations are fluid. Discovering one piece of evidence is rarely the end of the story. One piece of evidence usually opens another line of inquiry, which needs to be fully investigated before any conclusions can be drawn or decisions made. And for instance, have the police seized a substance of interest that will need scientific investigation? There may be leads to other potential suspects. There may be sensitive intelligence which requires reviewing. Legal advice will often be needed. All of this requires time and sensitivity, not real-time public commentary. What about when the police have the new information, evidence? Do they immediately release everything they know to the public domain as soon as they receive it? Well, no. That's not really how it works, for reasons which probably seem obviously. Yeah, one, doesn't help any investigation to tell everybody everything that police know it at every stage. Two, it doesn't help the public to be giving a drip feed of information that is unconfirmed and liable to change. Three, it is liable to prejudice criminal proceedings. And then, why could releasing information prejudice criminal proceedings? Well, because the new information may not be relevant to the matters already before the court. They may be entirely unrelated, and the public hearing about one might prejudice a jury hearing a trial of the other. There's also the possibility that the new information, although initially appearing damning and or relevant, might not result in a criminal charge. And again, the police are not going to jeopardise a fair trial by releasing information which may not, in fact, be borne out. The decision whether to charge a suspect and with which offences is made by the CPS, who review evidence gathered by the police and advice on what else is required before a charging decision can be made. This process does not take place in public and can again take time. We'll get there in the end. But what about when a charging decision has been made? Some offences require the consent the consent of the Attorney General, a government minister, before charging. When the government is aware of potential new charges, do they publicly announce this fact? Well, no. That's not their job. The police and or CPS will sometimes give a public statement when a charging decision is made, but not always. In most cases, the first thing any detail is put into the public domain is when a defendant appears before the magistrate's court, charged with new offences. Even when a defendant appears before the magistrate's court, there will be restrictions on what information the police and CPS choose to make public and on what information the press can report. This is not a conspiracy. It is to protect the fairness of criminal proceedings. All of this is known to anybody with the experience of criminal justice. It is certainly known by politicians who have worked in the Home Office. Any suggestions of cover-up should be supported by hard evidence. Nobody has yet provided any such evidence, just conspiracisms. And finally, without going to sacrifice a free piece of advice, people convicted of racist or violent crimes do not suddenly have unsafe convictions because information comes to light which, in their own minds, retrospectively justifies their racism and or violence. Sorry. I just thought absolutely brilliant. Absolutely spot on. Now, the trouble is we're doing this. I've got to muck about getting this all sorted, but never mind. We'll get there in the end. Oh, it's not too bad, really. That's not too bad, actually. I think we can get away with that. Just need, as I say, just want to put this down to size a little bit. We'll get in there. Hopefully, I'll have everything bloody sorted next week, so I don't have to deal with all this. Oh, that's near enough. You know what I mean. But let me get myself all organised again. Don't worry, won't hear too much of this clown, but just give me a quick second. I'll just let's have a little look. Yeah, but let's see if we can get back up here. I know we're a bit of a long one, but I just thought that was rather interesting and important because let's be honest, he knew exactly what he was doing. It was his last throw of the dice, wasn't it? Oh, Pete's music, hope you well. Oh, good to see you, my friend, and welcome to my Friday frolic. Didn't sound like much of a frolic, but but I just thought that bit of information was very, very interesting. And also, who am I going to believe? Somebody who knows what they're talking about, or honest Bob Jenrick. I know which one I would believe in all that nonsense, but yeah, remember the Brexit guy outside? He really riled them. Yes, he really riled them up, yes. Bets on the likelihood of Steve Bray getting on the honest. I think there's more chance of me getting an honours list, and I've two chances, slim to none. This is like the last days of Mr. Hitler and his bunker. But yes, you've got to go the advert. Yes, you can stroke it, caress it, tickle it, or even press it. It's entirely up to you what you do with the like button in the privacy of your own home. Just do it. You know you want to. Oh, it you not. Yeah, absolutely, Reagan. Yeah, fantastic Twitter and great thread in it. Yeah, because like it just puts it all into perspective. Yeah, hello there, Pete's Music. Good to see you join us. But yeah, fantastic Twitter feed by Secret Barrister. But yeah, does it get any better? But you know, this is a big moment. You know, to press the restart button. You know, basically show the country that they are the party of change, and this is a new, well-oiled machine. Go get 'em, Kemi.
So when you are telling the truth, what's the truth about what went wrong with Boris Johnson? Was it honesty?
Well, you will remember that I resigned during the Boris Johnson government. I thought he was a great Prime Minister, but there were some serious issues which were not being resolved. And I think that during that tenure, the public thought that we were no longer speaking for them or looking out for them. We were in it for ourselves. Some of those things, I think, were perception issues. A lot of the stuff that happened around Partygate was not why I resigned. I thought that it was overblown. We should not have created fixed penalty notices, for example.
Yes, overblown, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, my mother won't have found it overblown, you know, when it came to my dad's funeral, when it could only have a handful because, you know, those were the rules that were set by your government. And when we see that your guy was partying like it was 1999, no, we didn't think it was overblown. But anyway, hello, good evening, number 3. And welcome to my Friday Frolic. And yes, if you're not subscribed to number 3's channel, please do. Lovely gentleman. And welcome to my Friday Frolic. But yes, we didn't find it overblown. We were quite royally pissed off with our spaffer.
That was us not going with our principles. And then when we had the issue with the Chris Pincher scandal, when ministers were sent out to say things that were not true, that was when I decided that things had gone too far.
So it was partly for you about the truth. Were the public wrong to be upset about Partygate? You say it was overblown.
No, they were not wrong to be upset about Partygate. The problem was that we should not have criminalised everyday activities the way that we did. People going out for walks, all of them having fixed penalty notices. That was what ended up, creating a trap for Boris Johnson.
But wasn't the problem that people in government didn't obey the rules?
Yes, that's right. People in government didn't obey the rules, but they were not MPs. They were often staffers, and I think that the way that we had created those regulations ended up entrapping...
The Prime Minister and the Chancellor both got fines. It wasn't just people who work for them.
Yeah, just throw those who work in there, throw them under the bus.
Indeed, but as we saw with those events, when people see the full story of what actually happened, they understand that things were created, problems were created because of the way that we had created the regulations. But if I may, one of the things that's very important is that we draw a line under all that happened over the last 14 years. We've lost an election, a historic defeat, and simply churning over what every single incident, I don't think is going to be helpful for dealing with where we are today.
Yes, in other words, we need to forget about the last 14 years of Tory rule and gruel. But when we were in charge, we never shut up about the last Labour government, even up to the last. They were the ones. Which party were it that kept talking about the note that was left by Neil Byrne? Which party were that? I think it was your party, Kemi Badenoch. You know, they never shut up about it. But yes, good evening, Joe Lefty. Hope you're well. And hope you've had a lovely day. And welcome to my Friday Frolic, where we will get to a bit more of the I can't even speak now. Frolics soon enough. But yeah, good, and as well, good evening, all round. Hope you're well. And yeah, that's an interesting point. Labour needs to really take the warning from America seriously. They need to improve things as soon as possible to stop anything like America happening here. People are easily manipulated to the right, sadly. Well, yeah. And when you've got the papers that we have here, they're not going to make it easy, are they? But yes, Scooby-Doo moment when we got on away with it, and if it hadn't been for all them pesky rules, yeah, loyalty Tory style, watch your back, yes. But yeah, great start sheet. But like as I say, let's be honest. To be honest, she does have a point, because they were abiding by the rules, and like as you see here, look at them two abiding by the rules. Yes, no rule breaking there. Yes, look at them two. You know, look, you can keep in the 6 feet away from each other, not touching each other. Look at them two. Yeah, he's just realised. Oh, are we breaking COVID rules here? Oh no, sod it. Let's have another boogie. Let's have another. Let's have another. What are we? He's just going to say, shall we go? There's a cupboard just round the corner. Shall we go in there and have a bit of a heavy petting? Yeah, look at that posh twat. Yeah, look at all having a good giggle and a laugh. Yeah, look at him. Yeah, he's sticking to the rules, isn't he? You know, as everybody else was sitting indoors, you know. What were these? Yeah, what were them doing? Having a ball like it was 1999. Absolute disgraceful. Yes. Absolute clog dancing raver. A couple of right Tory swingers. Yes, sick bags, please. And something to calm me down. Sorry, Steve Bunky, but they absolutely would say that is a disgrace. Totally agree. Totally and utterly agree. But anyway, let's get back to some cutting edge news. And what more cutting edge than what we would what we would say than the news that we can all trust and we can rely on. They will get to the truth and the heart of the matter. And the broken news, they have a breaking news that we all must adhere to and watch.
Welcome to Broken News. The Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, has insisted he is committed to campaigning for what he calls certain electoral victory for the Conservatives.
Oh, it's an old one.
It comes amid rumours that he's been distracted.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's an old one. Met a told you everything had gone to pot. Never mind. I thought, but no worries. But anyway, we'll get to this. This is our new defence minister, our Penfold. You remember our Penfold? You know, started his career, you know, saving the world with his sidekick Danger Mouse, you know, and fighting the likes of Baron Greenback. We can all feel safe in the knowledge that we will now be safe because we have our weekend warrior. We have our weekend warrior. He will make sure that we will never be defeated. But yes, that's our Mark Francois. Yeah, absolutely. Beat music. A very canny likeness. And yes, as we go through her new cabinet, her new shadow ministers and all that. This will get to the. You're not wrong, Stephen Bankier. They're not only golden, they're olden as well. They just keep coming. People say never make the same mistake twice. I just keep making the same mistakes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. You just ruined my favourite child. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. But yeah, I just couldn't resist. Yes, he's letting you know that's our defence minister. And we've got to go watch one of his classic interactions. What else? But this is not olden. This is golden. We all remember this. Where the 1,000-yard stare. Absolutely steaming back in. Danger Mouse was crikey brilliant. Yes, we all remember this with our Will Self.
For more extreme messages to get a platform.
Well, I mean, it is Brexit, in a point of fact. I mean, you know, Mark may decry this, and I believe
to do with Brexit.
Mark may decry this, and well, it actually has. It's got a lot to do with Brexit.
How?
Well, because since 2016, your problem really, Mark, is not that you have to be a racist or an anti-Semite to vote for Brexit. It's just that every racist and anti-Semite in the country did.
I think that's a slur on 17.4 million people.
It's not.
And I think you should apologise on national television. I think that's an outrageous thing to say.
Oh, well, you seem to find a lot of things outrageous, though, don't you?
But Will, is it fair to say that?
Are you saying that 17.4 million people are racist and bigots because they voted to leave the European Union?
No, that's not what I said.
That's pretty close to what you said.
What did you say?
It's not remotely close to what I said.
So what exactly are you saying?
You seem to be a little exercised.
Well, because I'm offended.
Well...
Well, we'll say it again so we can all
politics of offence.
All right, well, look, let me move...
What I said was that every racist and anti-Semite in the country pretty much probably voted for Brexit. That's all.
And
that doesn't mean
that in a secret ballot.
I don't know it.
How do you possibly know that?
I suspect it.
And I think you should apologise.
To who?
To 17.4
To racists and
million
anti-Semites.
Because you've basically tried to slur anybody who voted Leave as a bigot. And I think you should apologise.
No, I haven't. I said that's the problem.
Listen, Mark, what he said is everyone who is a racist voted Leave.
How could he know that?
Well, that of course is up for discussion.
It's a secret ballot. How can you know?
You know, for all the reasons I've adduced already, which is that the problem for nationalists generally is that they fall into the hands of what we call ethnic nationalists.
All right, you mentioned Dominic Raab earlier, and on that we haven't got time to actually play the clip. Hang on. Let me bring in the two ladies. Hang on, Grace. There is a point that Dominic Raab said that there will be a day of reckoning if Brexit doesn't happen, and there would be a day of reckoning. The implication is if it went to a second referendum. Do you accept that there is a danger of that?
No, totally. But as we can see now, this is such a tricky situation.
That was just classic. Good evening, Joe Mackenzie. Joe Mackenzie, hope you're well and welcome back Friday. But that was just class, wasn't it? And let's be honest, Will Self, he was absolutely spot on. He's writing exactly what he was saying. Yeah, absolutely. We do need Nick Cab. I'll be listening to him later on tonight, without a shadow of a doubt. Well, I suppose in a way, the one bright spark for Nick Abbott now, he will be able to make loads of new effects for his soundboard now for another 4 years, won't he? But yeah, exactly, Stephen. Yeah. Explain. Could you repeat what you're explaining? Yes. Absolutely, Regan. He was absolutely well and truly triggered. Oh, poor little Penfold, he's about to cry and ask for his mummy. Oh, yeah, boo. He gets offended. No, boo-hoos, let me play a sad song on the world's smallest violin. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he will get us through the next 4 years without a shadow of a doubt. Well, our Nick Abbott, but that was just hilarious. And then we move to our next new recruit from our Kemi Badenoch, the one and only Shadow Foreign Secretary. Clearly, there won't be a problem here, will there? But they're obviously not. But let's just enjoy the wit and intelligence of our new Shadow Foreign Secretary.
For 50 years, Private Eye has pretty much in most issues exposed a miscarriage of justice, and a lot of them have been murders. Over the years, large numbers of these cases have been found to be entirely wrong, and the men convicted, almost all of the men, there's a couple of women, have been found innocent. So we would have killed those people, and in some of those very high-profile cases, which involved terrorism cases, we would have made very dangerous new martyrs by executing people who turned out not to have committed the murders involved. So on a purely practical basis, whatever you think it says about the civilised nature of your society or not, I think it would be incredibly dangerous to have capital punishment back.
I love this bit because you can tell she's thinking, right, this is my time for the applause. This is hilarious. She gets absolutely skewered, doesn't she?
Are you influenced at all by that argument of miscarriages of justice?
No disrespect, Ian, but I'm not. On the basis that I think, you know, this is really about our criminal justice system, actually. And I think if any, you know, for any conviction, for example, you need ultimate burden of proof. You really do, and that means that...
But that's his point, that they find these mistakes all the time.
Well, I mean, that's...
Are you saying they were guilty, all these people?
No, I'm not saying they were guilty. Obviously, I'm not.
So
not
they
with
would be
cases.
dead?
No, the point...
They would?
Well, the point is, as I said earlier on, this is about having deterrence. You know, if you have strong deterrence of that nature...
It's not a deterrent killing the wrong people.
Well, no, capital punishment without a deterrent.
Yes. Well, she got her applause, but not the applause she was hoping for. What you should have done was just said, I'm not going to go there because I know I'm going to have my backside handed to me by Ian Hislop because I'm not intelligent enough to go against him, because he will make me look like the prize prat that I really am. But no, she couldn't help herself. She was thinking, yes, I'll be this evil little right-winger and get all those who lack empathy and compassion on my side, and they'll have a fantastic round of applause from them, and that'll be done for me. Yeah, absolutely. Put it on a loop. Yeah, I've met Ian Hislop. He's great. Have you? Oh, I'm dead jealous. I'd love to meet him as well. He's face plants in face too hard. Can see cartoon birds tweeting around my head. She got scalped, smack. Certainly did. And also, as we go on to the greatest hits, we all remember this clown. He's now, is he? Am I right in thinking I forgot. We all remember this classic from where our number 3. I've met Jacob Rees-Mogg. He's not great. I can. Yes, absolutely, Scott. She could be wrong. She could be right. Yes. But yes, I can imagine he will not have been great. But another one who's been elevated to the front bench is our Laura Trott. Let's watch her greatest hit, where she shows she's not very good at when it comes to shadow. She was called a shadow secretary to the treasurer, or Trott on debt on GDP.
What is puzzling me is how you can be even talking about tax cuts when a central pledge is getting debt down and debt is going up.
So the central pledge is one of our fiscal rules, which is that debt needs to be falling over the 5-year fiscal forecast as a percentage of GDP, which it is.
No, it's higher in 5 years than now.
Not as a percentage of GDP.
Yeah, no, it's higher. It's going up. It's lower in the 5th year relative to the 4th year. So it goes down at the end of the projection, but in 5 years, I think it's higher at the end of the project. Yeah, 23.4, 89% of GDP. 28.9, it's 93% of GDP. Debt goes up. It falls at the end of 5 years a little bit. But that doesn't mean debt is coming down. That means debt is going up. It's higher. It's higher in 5 years than now.
It's falling as a percentage of GDP. Is
No,
there?
it's
I think is the
higher
point.
as a percentage of GDP.
I'm not sure. I think.
Well, this is really
it's-
basic. I'm looking at the latest OBR table. Public sector net debt ex-Bank of England, 28.9, 92.8%, 23.4, 89%. So it's up in 5 years. Now, I'm amazed that you don't know that debt is rising, but you're
No,
the one who's planning.
It's not as a percentage of GDP. 'cause it
I'm
was meant to
looking
be
at the
100%.
percentage of GDP.
This is. I think I need to have the figures. I've got different figures, so I think we just need
I've
to.
got different
Okay, let's
figures.
just suppose if debt
Yeah.
is higher on the OBR forecast in 5 years than now, you couldn't possibly be cutting taxes while your pledge is that debt should be falling.
The point is that we have our fiscal rules, and within those we have an amount of headroom. So we will only do things that are fiscally responsible and sit within our fiscal rules.
It's a really, really big point, this, isn't it? And one of us has obviously got it wrong. I think I'm looking at the right table, and I think I'm looking at the right line. And it's possible that the figures will all change. But at the moment, it looks to me like debt is higher in 5 years than it is now. And you're still talking about tax cuts. And I'm just wondering how you do that if you're pledging debt falling is one of your key 5 pledges.
Percentage of GDP over the 5-year forecast. Yes,
And I'm looking
so we
at
would
the
always.
percentage of GDP line. That's the only relevant one.
So I think that we've always said that we will only do things within our fiscal rules and where it is affordable for us to do so. So yes, we.
Yeah. Yeah. Or a trot past the bog roll, yes. I love that. I can top that number 3. I've met Kate Hopkins, or as I call her, Katie Slopskins. God, what a horrible woman she is. Yeah. Ian's a bit of a metal. I suppose. Yeah. Who's she? 2 + 2 = 8. Yes. Or was it with George Orwell? 2 + 2 is 4, 3, 5, or whatever they want it to be. The very dim light just got extinguished. Yeah. Capital punishment is not a deterrent. If you look at the murder rates in countries that have it, it's like, yeah, exactly, Steve Benning. You look at America. If it were a deterrent, they won't have all them prisons, would they? Yeah. They want people on death row, would they? Capital punishment. Yes. You can even tell a politician from their confused sounding voices. Maths not her strong point. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. GDP will grow with Narnia. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I've got the Tories figures, and then they are the only ones that matter. Absolutely, Mad Monk. Yeah, talking bollocks. That's what I love about you, Donkey Dave. You don't sit on the fence, you just tell us what you really think. Yes. Laura Trott goes home and sits staring at the wall. Poor wall. Increase GDP, fill the rivers with shit, then clean them up. Yes. So, doing better and probably won't touch Westminster. Yeah, absolutely, Narnia. That's Stephen Bankier. Steve Finning, yeah. Laura Trott, the 1 watt light bulb. It's a waste of business suit. Yes. The Charlie Brown teacher. Yeah. In other words, you mean Laura Trott? She would just basically. Yeah. Well, I'll say we've not finished there. We need to welcome in our Shadow Home Secretary. Yes, at his absolute finest. Yes, Chris Philp has been announced as the new Shadow Home Secretary. Here is the golden Brita's lookalike finding out from America where he makes a bit of a clown of himself. Marsha, it is our Chris Phibbs, so it's not hard, but this is gold.
Right now in Goma, there's a genocide going on, and there's such a big conflict going on with people from Rwanda. So had my family members come from Goma on a crossing right now, would they then be sent back to the country that they're supposedly warring, Rwanda? Does that make any sense to you?
No, I think there's an exclusion on people from Rwanda being sent to Rwanda.
They're not from Rwanda, they're from Congo.
They're from Congo.
And
they're from Congo.
They're supposedly warring these people from Rwanda. Are they then going to be sent to Rwanda if they came here on a crossing?
From
Congo? Yeah.
Would people be sent from... Well, I mean, Rwanda is a different country of Congo, isn't it? It's a different country.
Yes. It is. Yes. You're saying if they come from a war zone in Congo, would they then be sent to Rwanda? That's the point he's making.
So there is a clause in the legislation that says if somebody would suffer, I think the phrase is serious and irreversible harm by being sent somewhere, they wouldn't be sent. So there is that safety mechanism built into the legislation.
Right now in Goma, there's a genocide.
Now, according to the last government, they were telling everybody that Rwanda was safe, that they would look after all our refugees we send over there. Yeah. What? Yes, that's our Shadow Home Secretary. So, let's just say, in about a couple of years' time, surefire going to make it to become the next government of this lot, aren't they? Oh, yes, absolutely. Geography is not his strong point. Couldn't find Dover. Yes, he doesn't know what makes sense. Yeah, absolutely right. Old joy, Chris Phibbs. Yes, Jesus, yes. Yes, after Greg Alistair Kerr, comments have been excellent, yeah. Had me in hysterics on a number of occasions. Thank you very much. But yeah, Chris Phibbs is like the Jimmy Hill character trying to buy booze in Mick and Keith's corner shop, Stella Street. Do you know what I first thought you were going to say? Remember that sketch they used to do on the Fast Show, you know? Oh, jumpers for gulpers, yes. Oh, overhead kick, oh, volley top corner, yes. But that's wisdom was chasing him. He was faster, yes. Yes, he was faster. Yeah, you're not wrong. Believe me, my daughter, you know, all I will say is that's not the only one gaffe that he's ever done. So don't you worry, don't you worry about. But yeah, that was what you would class. What you would class as the new shadow cabinet. I think you basically say if the carry on as they are, I think that guarantees Labour in charge for for a second term by the looks of it. But yes, as we say, we move on to another subject. Unfortunately, we're going to have a little touch on this. Yes, where we get the cutting edge news from the roving reporter as he talks about the American election as it was going off. Our roving reporter, Graham Goodenough. Take it away.
Yes, in fact, it's been described as being a bit like being trapped in the boot of a car being driven by an excitable idiot. He's barrelling towards a crossroads. One way leads to an industrial shredder, the other to a merely very bumpy road. And you have to hope that they'll make the right choice and then let you out of the boot. Or as they'd call it, trunk. Sorry, who described it like that? I just did. Yes, in fact, it's been described as being a bit like being trapped in the boot of a car being driven by an excitable idiot.
That's about the size of it, yeah. Yes, that's about the size of it. Totally agree. That's what the election was like. But we're in for a bit of a shock. We're in for a bit of a shock here. We all remember. We all recognise. Well, we had a bit of a shock last week with a certain fella from Portsmouth who was talking a bit of sense. It was, yeah, absolutely, Frederick. He's absolutely brilliant. Where he was talking a lot of sense about the media, and after the the show, I had to go for a long shower because I just couldn't believe I was practically agreeing with Colin from Portsmouth. And I have to say how Colin does it again. Take it away, Colin.
Colin is in Portsmouth. Hello, Colin.
I'm making an endorsement for the presidential election, Anthony.
Right.
I'm not afraid to show what I think.
Yeah.
Unlike the Washington Post, I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
Sorry, you're voting for Kamala Harris? Is this because you fancy her, Colin?
Give me strength, Anthony. I'm
Right.
not that base.
Yeah, okay.
Although I have always said Kamala is the American Penny Mordaunt. But no, I think Harris still has holes in her policies.
Yeah.
She stayed silent on the size of Arnold Palmer's penis, which is very telling. And a lot of dim people seem to rate Trump's economic policies.
They do.
And let's not forget that he wants to take fluoride out of drinking water in an attempt to make Americans' teeth like the British used to be in the 1920s.
Right.
That's a great piece of cross-Atlantic diplomacy. And I did like how positive and upbeat Trump's speeches were, focusing on deporting all migrants
Right.
and warning elementary school teachers not to change their pupils' gender during the lunch break.
But you want Harris to win, Colin. Why then, Colin?
Because I like being in opposition, Anthony. It's how I function.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
only when you get into power do you realise that all those crazy ideas don't actually work. And then what you're left with? Boris got into power because he wanted to be Churchill and ended up looking like a scarecrow filled with methane. Nigel Farage accidentally got elected and has done his best to put an ocean between him and the constituency at all times. No, the worst thing you can do is actually win power. Then you've got to stop complaining and actually do some work. Do you think Trump would actually fix anything? Did you not see his last presidency? That's why I want Harris to win, so that I can loudly voice my disapproval at everything she does without having to have my own flimsy house of cards collapse in front of my eyes. And that's how I like it. Anyway, mate, thanks for having me on. Love to the family.
Love to the Camely, Colin. Love to the Camely.
Make golfers' penises great again.
That's it. Make golfers' penises great again. That should be the Democrats' next slogan when it comes to the next election. In what year will it be? 2020? Will it be 2028? Make golfing penises great again. They'll be on to a winner there. But I suppose in a roundabout way, he's got a point, hasn't he? Because like that's the beauty of people like Nigel Farage. You can say the most outrageous things, and he knows his plans and policies will never get to any fruition because it doesn't matter. Yeah, absolutely. Clog dancing raver, love to the family. Yeah, absolutely, Billy Kircher. Changing pupils' gender during the lunch break class. Spot on about all those so-called populists. Yeah, it's a clever way of just saying what they really are like. And it's far easier to spout utter That's a good point, actually, Madmo. Yes. You actually think America will have another election? Bold comment, yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Colin always helps me break wind. Yes, as your sides are splitting, so's your backside as you're passing wind. So, especially when you're wearing a corset, to make sure your sides don't split, make sure you've got a hole and where your scrotum is, just in case you drop an almighty clanger. But yeah, well done, Colin. But yeah, in a roundabout way, it's a clever way of just highlighting the nonsense that these people spout. Because let's say with reform, they're never going to get into power, and their whatever nonsense they spout will never come to fruition. But I just thought it were clever. But yeah, like I say, love to the family. Love to the family. But this is just priceless. Now, apparently, during the night, this clown, speaking of clowns, this idiot, he proper got his backside handed to him. This is just... Now, I didn't watch any of this, but I just heard about this clip where apparently not long after this, as they were going on, he spent most of his time, you know, if they'd have asked him a question, now Boris, how is your lovely lady doing tonight? You can find out if you read my book, Unleashed. No. But this is absolute quality from Emily Maitlis. This is 8 minutes of absolutely brilliant, where you can always tell when you've got our spaffer on the ropes, because he gets rather annoyed and the mask slips, you know, this jovial, lovely character you'd all want to have a drink with. And let's just say, you know, he when his mask slips, but well done, Emily Maitlis. This is just pure joy, and she's really good at this.
You essentially started importing some of that sort of Trump-like behaviour into Britain when you were Prime Minister. His disregard for institutions, his disregard for the rule of law, his denialism, which I guess was mirrored in your response to the Privileges Committee, your response to the Parliamentary Standards Committee, your proroguing of Parliament. This is all Trump-like behaviour that you imported to Britain.
So there I obviously disagree profoundly, and as I detail extensively in Unleashed, the book.
I don't know why it's funny. I mean, I don't know why it's funny. You've just heard what he's like as a character, and I'm asking you.
Because I don't accept your analogy at all. I think it's very dangerous and sloppy to make analogies between the US and the UK.
No, it's not between the US and the UK.
Model yourself on him at all. And I think
yes,
that
you did.
You know, people compare Brexit with the advent of Donald Trump. Brexit was actually supported by people across the political spectrum.
You're not answering the question. Just go back to the question.
I'm answering the question directly.
It's about Brexit was institutions and behaviour, isn't it?
And I believe that in my administration we had complete respect for institutions.
Not the Parliamentary Standards Committee, not the Privileges Committee, not Parliament.
We had respect for the decision of the British people to leave the European Union. And unlike many people in the UK establishment who wanted to thwart that, we were determined to go ahead and deliver it.
You sound to have misled Parliament and misled the Privileges Committee.
As we promised. And 17.4 million people.
What are you talking about Brexit for? Look, yeah, he's another one who looks like he's ready to break wind there and all. You can see as he's talking, the cogs in his head whirring. What am I going to say? What's the first way I can... What's the first thing I can... Yeah, exactly. Clogs down. Pepper Pig! Pepper, that's it. Pepper Pig! Pig-edge pepper! Peppery Pig!
Voted for us to deliver it, and we did.
Okay, I don't know why you're talking about Brexit, because you know precisely what we're talking about.
You're making an analogy which I reject between...
No, we're talking about the Owen Paterson affair, for example, where he was found to have broken standards law by, I think it was Kathleen Stone, and you rejected that. And then you rejected Harriet Harman's... You quoted people saying it's a kangaroo court.
No, so on Owen Paterson, if you read Unleashed,
yeah, I'd love him to answer a question. Brilliant.
Well, see, I put my hands up to that. I think we made a mistake, and we took the wrong decision. But we then corrected it.
Bring it back to the question.
But on everything else, if you look at my strong belief, and you talk about Partygate, okay, when you talk about what happened during the COVID pandemic, I happen to think that the UK government did an outstanding job.
It's nothing to do with that. You know it's not to do that.
It is.
It's about how you respond to institutions and people calling out your lies. That's what this is about.
No.
I have a question.
I reject that. And if you read Unleashed, you'll see why.
So a few minutes ago, you referred to Donald Trump as your friend. Do you still consider him your friend?
Look, I think it's the job, repeat the point, I think it's the job of the UK Prime Minister to have good and friendly relations. And why not? And here you all are.
Even the most simple question, he didn't want to answer it, did he? You still consider... as your friend. It's simple. It's either yes or no, isn't it, really?
Here's Channel 4 News, run by Ian Katz, sitting here doing the same old stunt that you tried in 2004. They're taking a massively skewed approach to a US election.
I'm asking you to account for your actions.
Hang on. I'm not standing for election here. Am I, Stormy? Am I standing for election?
Then I have a simple question. Do you have?
If you want me to,
do you have children?
I have, yes.
But would you leave your daughter alone with Donald Trump?
Look, I mean,
but the whole reason I asked the question,
I don't see why. I don't see why not. All I can.
Was he saying, I don't see why not? I don't see the problem with leaving my daughter with a serial sex offender. It tells you everything you need to know about our bumbling blonde. I don't know what to call him. The absolute complete bell tap.
Say to you is that my experience of Donald Trump.
So you would.
Yes. And my experience of Donald Trump is that when I've known him, and I hear what you're saying. Maybe I'm wrong, but he has been courteous, he has been polite, and
he denied an election that he lost. What does it matter if he's courteous if he can't accept the results of democracy and the American voter?
And you've heard several people, including me, say that they think that was a terrible thing to do.
Stacey?
Well, I mean, here we have an American citizen who has been threatened, who is fearing so much that she's living in a trailer, and and she's not alone. There are so many people that I think have now had a target put on their back because of the things that he's blurted out and said. So that's why I was wondering if you still consider him a friend.
Look, I mean,
because to me, it goes back to the character of a person, and regardless
I can only speak for what I saw.
When did you last speak to Donald Trump? Or contact?
Quite recently.
This week?
I think I saw him. It was not long after he was shot. And
what happened? You called him up? Or?
No, I saw him because I happened to be making a speech in Wisconsin.
Well, that would have been interesting.
And I'm, as you know, in a case I failed to mention this, promoting my book Unleashed. And I had a talk with him about Ukraine. Because, look, where I come in on this, I hope lots of people in the UK want a strong America, right? And I think as long as it's possible that Donald Trump can win, and I think we still all think it's possible, it's very important for people who are friendly to Donald, who have good relationships with him, to try and build the case for what I think is the most important thing right now, which is for everybody to support the people of Ukraine, and to make sure that the United States continues and in fact increases the good work that has been done.
If he does win tonight or later this week, he will also set the template for a political comeback. And many are wondering whether you're looking at this template and saying, that could be me.
Look,
no, I'm asking.
Emily,
I'm just asking.
The answer is obviously contained in Unleashed, where you will find the full, discussion of this subject.
We're not all going to read your book, so just tell us. Do you want to have?
We're all not going to read it out. And he said, look of shock on his face. Oh, why not? Why not? He thinks it's somebody that wants to be interested. People are interested. Absolutely, that's the case. Bojo book was £10 now in bargain bin for £2. Still too much money. Yeah, exactly. I managed to borrow a copy off the internet. Yeah, still haven't given it back yet. But I'll probably have a little read of it. But yeah. Yeah, anyway, that's very expensively bad bog roll. Absolutely clogged dancing. There's brain cells fighting for third place. Yes, absolutely.
A political comeback.
I genuinely think the only circumstances in which you should go into politics is if you think you can be useful. I don't want to talking about me. Should we talk about the US election policy? It's far more interesting, don't we? Why are we talking about me? I think that
because you can't
actually answer a single question. That's extraordinary.
Sorry, the answer is you shouldn't do it unless you think you can be useful. And by the way, Emily, I've answered all your questions.
Do you think you can be useful? Do you want to come back into British politics?
Currently, I'm blissfully engaged promoting my book Unleashed, available all good booksellers.
Just finally on this. I mean, like you have always modelled yourself to some degree, haven't you?
Nonsense.
On him.
Yes.
Well, because you saw the way he was operating, He called you Britain Trump. He thought you were modelling yourself on him. And you must be looking at this and going, if he can come back, given everything he's done, then so can you. Because nothing you've done is quite as bad as him.
You will find, as I detailed
I don't agree with
Unleashed, that there was a time when he said something rather rude about policing in London, about safety in London, and he said that London was an unsafe city. And I was mayor of London for 8 years, and I took...
Oh, bollocks. Don't worry about it. I'd heard enough of it. But you see, fucking stare of him. What a mess. What an absolute mess that clown is. Because he loved talking about you, Spaffer. Absolutely spot on. That's all he loves talking about is himself. But anyway, let's see if this works. Because this is absolutely hilarious. Absolutely. It's like, another is, yes, as we all know, the US is to replace the national anthem with the Benny Hill theme. Yes, that's what's happened. Oh dear, it's all going to pot. Give me a quick sec. Nearly there. We're cooking on gas. We will, as it's not exactly ideal, but we'll get through this. Yes, unfortunately, following the Donald Trump winning the presidential election, the US has announced a plan to abandon the Star-Spangled Banner as national anthem in favour of the Benny Hill theme, yakety yaks, yakety sax. The Star-Spangled Banner is a beautiful old hymn of hope and decency, explained American historian Simon Williams through tears at what his country has become. So now, with another Trump presidency in prospect, the theme to Benny Hill seems tonally more appropriate, given how this nation is now perceived around the world. Yes, totally agree. The Benny Hill show, surprisingly popular in the US, featured Benny Hill playing a lecherous and stupid version of himself who would often chase after scantily clad women with hilarious consequences. I think that when President Trump walks up the steps of the Capitol to take the oath of office in January, hearing the strains of the yakety sax will give the occasion about the appropriate level of dignity. And if the organisers want him to go up the steps a bit quicker, they could always send up a couple of women in bikinis to run comically ahead of him. Other options considered as the new national anthem includes the theme for the Simpsons, Sir Mix-a-Lot Baby Got Back, and what is understood to be Mr. Trump's choice, Tomorrow Belongs to Me. How Benny Hill theme seems to find favour with many Americans when asked for their preferred anthem. Yeah, I'm sure I sure like that Eleanor Gay from Pennsylvania, but then I voted Trump, so I ain't that great at choosing things. Brilliant. So yes, that's for the next 4 years. We will have the Benny Hill theme. You know, that's why. Oh, yeah, I totally agree, Alison. Yeah, for the technical issues, you know, that's why. Yeah, I'll just make mess after mess after mess. Yes, Steve Breyer receives Congressional Medal of Honor. Totally agree. Yes, I agree. I think it should be changed to the Benny Hill. Not so much a snake oil salesman, more of a shit book salesman. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I'll just say Pete's music say, hey up, badger. I looked for a minute as our good friend One Angry Pagan turned up. That's what I was just quick looking. But yes, now unfortunately, the that's what they'll be doing now. Whenever our Donald Trump turns up, it'll be a case of. Just give me a quick. It'll be a case of you won't be hearing the Star Spangled Banner. You'll be hearing the Benny Hill theme. Right. I'll possibly may have to mess about this again. Yeah, story of my life, but never mind. We'll get there in the end. But no worries. See, this is a trouble when everything goes all to pot. A minute before you're supposed to go on, you get everything all set up, and everything was supposed to go swimmingly, but as usual, like I said at the start of the stream, fate farts in my face again, but you know how it goes. That's life, unfortunately. Yes, totally agree. Simon says Star Wars tune having. Yes, I know what you mean. But yes, one of our people we all love and respect is everybody's favourite environmentalist is our George Monbiot, and he has a wonderful nearly minute monologue where, let's be honest, he tears into what the nonsense that is our leaky Sue over when it comes to prostrating herself over demagogues like our Trumple thin-skinned. Enjoy.
Government statement is self-evident nonsense. I mean, Trump has a special relationship, not with us, with Vladimir Putin, and he's made it pretty clear that he's likely to cut off support to Ukraine and allow Putin to complete his invasion, in which case we're all less safe. When Trump was president before, he repeatedly threatened to use nuclear weapons. How does any of this make us safer? And to me, Braverman is one of those fake patriots who always say, I love my country, but the moment some foreign demagogue arises, they prostrate themselves in the dust. They are always the first to sell us down the river. They're always the first to stand up and say what a wonderful country this is, and then we're going to appease the people who threaten this country. I think those of us who truly love this country should say it how it is. Donald Trump is a massive threat to us. Government statement is self-evident.
Totally agree. Love George Monbiot. He's absolutely spot on. And Steve Bannon, yeah, totally agree. I don't think he'll be able to manage to complete the inauguration ceremony without shitting himself. He'll probably. Yeah, I totally agree. That's going to do the theme tune to Bod. I cannot remember that for the life of me. I was sat there thinking, Bod. Sounds familiar. And I'm thinking, oh dear. I've let you down, my friend Billy. Sorry. It will probably, yeah, number 3 live shit, and I'm just going through the motions. Yes. Dad trying to go live. The live. Yes. Yeah. You're not wrong. You know me. You probably heard me about 10 minutes before I was starting. I was absolutely pulling my hair out what I have left, as you can tell. The footage of her being planked by protesters. Yeah, that was brilliant, wasn't it? You know, she was trying to get a yeah, absolutely, Fred. He's spot on. He is spot on. But yeah, she went there trying to get a reaction so she could use it for her GBB's nonsense. And in the end up, she just got embarrassed. They just ignored her, and it didn't go her way. But you know how it goes. Anyway, we're not far off from them. But that's just sums up the what's happened over the week. Then, but this was interesting. I'll bypass that one because we've not much time. But this was interesting. This is the final bit. This was on the rest is politics, and what this guy had to say was, this is the last bit on when it comes to the election midweek. That in idiocracy, it took President Orlando Mountain Dew Herbert come off 500 years. Yeah, absolutely. I've watched that film. It's a cracking documentary. All I can say is, not watched it. My God. Then, let's be honest, those people who play the characters in Idiocracy, they're far more intelligent than what they are now, so we're in trouble. But what this guy said was interesting, and I think that I'll let him say what he has to say, and I'll tell you the reason why.
I think the one thing that people who are very interested in politics get wrong about politics more than anything else is that most ordinary people are not interested in politics, do not follow it, do not care, do not understand, or do not care to understand. I'm not saying they're incapable of understanding, but they don't choose to follow and to immerse themselves in the minutiae. So all the things that we kind of off-air before we recorded this were saying, this will do for Trump, this will kill him, you know, all these. A lot of people don't know about those things or don't care. And as far as I can tell from the exit polls, the single biggest issue for people was the issue that is almost always the single biggest issue in every election, not just in America, but everywhere in the Western world, which is the economy. Are you better off? And I think the inflation.
Now, the thing is, I remember listening to James O'Brien, and he was talking about Emily Maitlis the year before, and she said the exact same thing. So there's clearly a kernel of truth in that. And you know, when it comes to most of us in the, like me and you, and we're sort of like more immersed. We just find we enjoy all this, and he's right about the stuff like politics. There'll be people who they don't know, because I watched a couple of live streams during the election campaign. I think the YouTube channel call it Do Debate, and they were debating Trump fans, and it's amazing what they actually don't know, and they're basically playing them back stuff that he said, and when all their arguments are just thrown into the dust, all they got was, oh, it's fake news. That'll be AI. So, but
a couple of years ago, clearly really hurt the Democrats because Harris was tarnished by that. So all the things that we think should have destroyed Trump, Puerto Rico, garbage, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people probably weren't even aware of those things. I think at any given moment, most people...
Well, all these news channels were talking about it for 24 hours.
Right, because most people aren't watching those news channels. They have lives. Yeah. They're out doing... Yeah, I think that's the one thing. I always think this about all political history. It's the one thing that people get most wrong, because the people who write the history care about politics. Okay.
Interesting, yes. Those are right history, care about politics. Very interesting last night, and like as I say, when it came to watching and doing these debates, the guy who's doing the live stream, he's immersed in it and he knows all this shit. And you get this guy where they just destroy his argument in a breath and just ask simple questions why he thinks this, and they'll just turn into a dribbling cabbage, and they just don't have a clue. And that's the reason why I found that little extra interesting, because and it is, when it came to the economy, you could tell it really hurt.
Very interested in politics get wrong.
Shut up. You could tell it really hurt the Democrats. But yeah, very, very interesting. That's what I thought. Yeah, I know what you mean, Frederick. Yeah, what shall I do, care? And that's why I'm here. Yeah, I've always found politics fascinating. And you know, why people vote this certain way, why people think this certain way. I've always found it fascinating. So, and when it came to that little clip, I just found what he had to say was very, very interesting. But this is, yeah, a little bit back to our, when it came to our Kemi Badenoch, you know, she became leader of the opposition. This is her moment to shine. This is her moment to absolutely tear into the Prime Minister, to make him look that what an absolute idiot that he is. And this is just absolutely ridiculous.
So I would like to start by congratulating President-elect Trump on his impressive victory this morning. The Prime Minister and the Foreign Secretary met him in September. Did the Foreign Secretary take that opportunity to apologise for making derogatory and scatological references, including, and I quote, Trump is not only a woman-hating, neo-Nazi sympathising sociopath, he is also a profound threat to the international order. And if he did not apologise, will the Prime Minister do so now on his behalf?
The Foreign Secretary and I did meet President-elect Trump just a few weeks ago for dinner for about a couple of hours, and we discussed a number of issues of global significance. It was a very constructive exercise.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister did not distance himself from the remarks made by the Foreign Secretary, and I'm very sure that President Trump will soon be calling to thank him for sending all of those North London Labour activists to campaign for his opponent. Given that most of his cabinet signed a motion.
Yeah, we get all that bollocks. Yeah, but yes, disgraceful behaviour by our Foreign Secretary. Disgraceful. What we need to do is now let's have a little look at what he actually said that was absolutely disgraceful behaviour. We need to have a look and analyse these disgraceful remarks.
Clearly out of his mind. If you think that's a sensible way to proceed, you can't ban people going to the United States in that way, or indeed to any country. And what he's doing is playing the game of the terrorists and those who seek to divide us. That is exactly the kind of reaction they hope
disgraceful
to produce. And I have to say,
disgraceful
when
David
Donald Trump
Lammer
says that there are parts of London that are no-go areas, I think he's betraying a quite stupefying ignorance that makes him frankly unfit to hold the office of President of the United States. I would invite him to come and see the whole of London and take him round the city, except that I wouldn't want to expose Londoners to any unnecessary risk of meeting Donald Trump.
Do you think he shouldn't be allowed in the country?
Well, I think it's a free country and you can't stop people unless he's guilty of some criminal offence. I don't know quite how you'd stop him coming.
Yeah, like rape.
To this country. If he wanted to come to this city, we would make every effort to show him the city and show him that he's talking complete nonsense.
Yes, disgraceful behaviour, David Lammer. You should be sacked and removed from... Well, I couldn't help myself. As soon as I saw that, I thought... on my Twitter, I put, please do not tweet this to @Kemi Badenoch, because insulting our hero, Trumple Thin-Skinned, is a no-no. So please do not tweet. Yeah. But yes. Yeah, intelligent voters go Facebook and say, let's check the source of that normal voters, but Facebook and X says it's true. Yes. Starmer didn't send those people to America. Those people took their time off to go absolutely do vengeance. Yes. And I can't remember who said it. It said quite clearly she doesn't really have the best interests of the country when she's trying to stir shit up against America, because like there's that old saying in there, was it Phil who said when America sneezes, the rest of the world catches a cold, and shows you where her real thoughts are. And also, it didn't get any better at PMQs, because then she moved on to defence.
His Chancellor's budget did not even mention defence.
And we are conducting a strategic defence review to be published next year. And as set out in our manifesto, we will set a path to spending 2.5% of GDP on defence at a future fiscal event. Today, I am announcing a total increase to the Ministry of Defence's budget of £2.9 billion next year, ensuring that the UK comfortably exceeds our NATO commitments and providing guaranteed military support to Ukraine of £3 billion per year for as long as it takes.
The one thing I learned as leader of the opposition is it's a good idea to listen to what the government is actually saying. I think she just said that defence wasn't mentioned in the budget. It was 7 days ago that it was absolutely clear and central to the budget, as was economic growth.
His Chancellor...
Oops. Now, as I was watching PMQs in the go-between, I'm sat there thinking, is she on drugs or something? Even I remember when I watched the full, what they call it, the budget statement, and even I remember her mentioning defence and the 2.5%. Even I remember it. No worries, my friend number 3. Have a good weekend and hopefully see you soon. But yeah, so not the exact wonderful start. Now, apparently, from what I heard on the BBC, apparently they said she made a confident and one brilliant start or something. Really? From what? Not from what I was watching. Yeah, I totally understand Stephen Bank. Yeah. Just go blank with this. Yeah. But as I say, when I watched the statement, even I remember her mentioning defence, so I don't know what planet she was on. But anyway, not the best to start by Kemi Badenoch. Yeah, Nurse Badenoch is off her meds and out her room. Yes, exactly. I think somebody get the nurses in and say, come on, Kemi, get back to your room. Have you taken your meds? Have you taken... Bonkers. But anyway, I'll say we've nearly finished now. I'm going to go through the last couple, but this one is for my beautiful daughter. It's like, to be honest, it's like, due to my mobility problems, my daughter is my carer, and she does a wonderful job. And if I had to show a video where I show the absolute lovely due care and attention that my daughter gives me, this is the video that shows it. The Daughter of the Year. I could clearly my daughter's just watched that one because I could just hear her giggle in the next room. Yes. Yes. It's a father-daughter thing on the same wavelength. She's jumping up to, oh my God, my loving husband, what's happened to him? Don't worry about it, mother, I've got it sorted. Here's your bottle. Oh, gee. Oh dear. Absolutely hilarious. We'll get through to the last couple because I get the feeling Reagan Elite will probably be starting at 7, so we'll get to the end. But anyway, do we all remember the Fast Show? This is hilarious. Hilarious. Yes, here's your whiskey. Oh, cheers. Cheers. Wife was looking at a pair of twats. Yes, this is hilarious. Saw this the other day and it just brought back memory lane. This is clearly from the Fast Show.
Good morning, Ms. Schumacher. Thank you very much for stopping. Do you realise why I pulled you over?
It's the jacket, isn't it? Doesn't work with this top. Should skirt, maybe? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I should have worn different earrings? Something a bit more dangly down, a bit more fun, maybe look a bit more crazy? I don't know. Now, listen, should I have worn my hair up, a bit more grown up? Might have made me look a bit severe, though. I know what you're thinking. Make my face look all puffy and bloated, wouldn't it?
Go.
No, listen, come back. I want to know. I need to know the truth. Does my bum look big in this car?
No, it's definitely the jacket, love. It's definitely the jacket. I loved the Fast Show when I was younger. Oh, brilliant. Especially the Jazz Club. Nice. As soon as I saw that, chuckled. Brought back memories. Anyway. Oh, that's a crying shame. I was looking forward to this one. It was a great one for Sir Larry the cat. It was a great little video, but brilliant. But never mind. But I suppose in a way, it's fitting end. Let's just say,
Nigel Farage, what are you doing here?
Let's just say we all saw the sad news last week of the wonderful Jane Godley. You know, it's what a crying shame and gone too soon. And let's just say, I thought if I can get to the end, let's just watch. Yeah, absolutely. Clog dancing over. Oh, Suchu, sir. But let's just say, let's just go out with a bang with the hero that is the wonderful, the fantastic Jane Godley. We've got a couple of clips before we go of the fantastic Jane Godley at her best.
Nigel Farage, what are you doing here?
Yeah, well, I'm over here for my pal Trump. I don't know if you know, but somebody tried to shoot a hole in his ear and that. And I'm here because me and Trump, we've been absolute best pals.
Did he ask you to come?
No, he doesn't even know I'm here. I mean, I've been shouting up at his window and that.
I thought you were giving all your time to Clacton now as its newest MP.
Clacton? Oh, yeah, Clacton, that's right. I'm the MP for Clacton. No, I decided other people can keep a wee eye to Clacton for me and that, and everybody else can just deal with that. I had to come here and see my pal Trump.
Just tell us one thing. Have you seen Liz Truss here?
No, I saw a woman hanging about the salad bar, getting stuck right into the lettuce. And I went, that's probably Liz Truss. Also, Boris is here. But nah, no fucking interest in seeing them.
Nigel Farage, what are you doing here?
Yeah, well,
Yes, absolutely. Donkey Dave King Charles. Yes, I remember that. But this is just class before we go. For me, this just sums up the genius that is our Jane Godley. This is beautiful.
Right, come on, we've got to dance for the motors. Shake your booty. Come on, Angus. Come on. Right, you're simply the best. This is bear karaoke. You're better than all the rest. Check my feet. You're better than anyone. Scottish karaoke. You're anyone. Come on, Angus. I don't even like that song. Right, come on, we've got to dance.
Rest in peace, Jane Godley, and thank you for the memories. You know, I remember we saw a video of her live and she was just hilarious. It's just hilariously funny. But yeah, thank you for the memories. And Frank, get the doll. Yes. Rest in peace, Jane Godley will be sadly missed, and hope your shoes are no longer killing you and there's a working clicky pen. Yes, totally agree. Oh, no worries, Stevie Mank here. Doing the cheer for another great show. Banter was a good crack. And take care until. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, Lauren. Yeah. Heartbreaking she died, but I'm glad she didn't see Trump become president again before the end. Yeah, I suppose it was small, but I'll say, unfortunately, sadness. Hello, Andrew Luke. Long time no speak. Hope you're well. Shame that we're finishing now, but yeah, great. Thank everyone at all. Thanks for hosting. No worries. Right. I will now call it a quits because I get the feeling you will be all wanting to go and head over to Reagan Elite's channel. I'm sure I'll have a live stream, but I have to say, for the 2 hours that I do this, it just absolutely flies by. And 1 minute I'm thinking I've just started, and then near the end you're thinking, my God, but it soon passes. That's the reason why I do enjoy doing these, because it just, so what I look forward to every Friday. Just have a bit of a good laugh and have a good crack with you lovely people. So I'm going to love you and leave you until the next. Hopefully I'll see you in Reagan's chat in his live stream and any other live streams later on tonight. So I'm going to be love you and leave you. Have a lovely weekend and take care, my friends, and see you later. Ta-ra, bye.